Remember the time when you were left wondering why they did what they did? They moved with shadowy intentions, calculating each step to ensure your downfall. You questioned your worth, your purpose, as they danced around you, leaving wounds that cut deep and scars that you thought would never heal. But now, the tables have turned. The math ain't mathing. They're caught in a web of their own making, confused by the power you now wield, a power they never saw coming. The game they played so masterfully has backfired, leaving them grasping at straws, desperate to understand how you've become the one in control. The universe has always had a way of balancing the scales, and you've tapped into that ancient force. Every tear you shed, every sleepless night spent in anguish was not in vain. Those moments of pain were transmuted into pure energy, a shield forged in the fires of your suffering. The spiritual forces that guide you have woven this protection around you, unseen but undeniably powerful. They tried to weaken you, but instead, they fed the very source of your strength. Now, as they attempt to figure out why their tactics have lost their edge, they're confronted with a reality they can't comprehend. You've ascended beyond their reach. In your day-to-day life, this transformation is undeniable. They see you walking into rooms they tried to lock you out of, your presence commanding respect they never thought you'd earn. Promotions, opportunities, and connections flow to you effortlessly, leaving them bewildered. They whisper among themselves, searching for a reason, a flaw, something they can exploit, but they find nothing. You've become a force of nature, unstoppable and untouchable, guided by a destiny they have no power over. The very essence of who you are has shifted. You no longer dwell in the confusion they once trapped you in. Instead, you've become the embodiment of divine justice, a living reminder that the universe sees all, knows all, and corrects all. Their confusion, their powerlessness, is a reflection of the spiritual battle they've lost. They tried to break you, but instead, they've broken themselves. The math ain't mathing for them anymore because the equation has changed. You are no longer the variable they can manipulate. You are the constant, the force that now dictates the terms of this game, and they're just beginning to realize they've been outmatched from the start. You've walked through the fire of betrayal, haven't you? There was a time when someone close to you, someone you trusted implicitly, began to pull away without explanation. You felt the shift in the air, the sudden chill in their demeanor, and it left you scrambling for answers. They were once a source of warmth, a beacon in your life. But now, their actions were like shards of ice piercing your soul. You reached out, desperate to mend what was breaking, but every effort was met with silence, indifference, or worse, a coldness that cut deeper than any words ever could. The rumors they started, the trust they shattered, it all felt like a twisted game where you were the pawn, left to wonder why you were being played in the first place. The confusion was unbearable, wasn't it? You replayed every conversation, every interaction, searching for the moment where it all went wrong. You questioned yourself endlessly, drowning in self-doubt. Was it something you said? Something you did? The endless loop of uncertainty became your prison, and each attempt to understand their betrayal only tightened the chains around your heart. You were trapped in a cycle of trying to fix what was never yours to repair, blinded by the belief that you could somehow turn back time and rewrite the ending of a story that had already been written in deception and lies. But here's the truth they never wanted you to see. Their betrayal was never about you. It was a reflection of their own darkness, their own insecurities projected onto you. They needed a target, someone to carry the burden of their inner turmoil, and you were the easiest to blame. But this season of confusion was never meant to break you. It was meant to awaken you. The emotional toll it took was the crucible that forged your strength, and the pain you endured was the catalyst for your transformation. Now, as they watch you rise from the ashes of their deceit, they're left in a state of confusion, the same confusion they once inflicted on you. They can't fathom how you've become stronger, how you've turned their betrayal into a source of power. The tables have turned, and they are the ones left wondering, lost in the labyrinth of their own making, while you stand tall, unshaken, and unbreakable. You've come full circle. That same person who once left you in a whirlwind of confusion and heartache is now standing before you, trying to bridge the chasm they themselves created. But this time, something is different. The energy in the room has shifted, and they can feel it like an electric charge crackling in the air. They came expecting the old you, the one who would bend over backward to mend what was broken, desperate to please, eager to understand. But instead, they're met with someone they can hardly recognize. You stand there, calm and composed, unbothered by the ghosts of the past. The healing you've undergone has transformed you, wrapped you in a cloak of quiet power that they can't penetrate. You no longer flinch at their attempts to rekindle what they shattered. Instead, you watch them with an unsettling stillness, a quiet confidence that leaves them grasping for the control they once wielded so effortlessly. They try to engage you, to spark the same reactions that once fed their need for dominance, but every word they utter seems to fall flat, echoing in the silence of your indifference. Their confusion is palpable. They can't comprehend how you've become so untouchable, so unfazed by their presence. The tables have turned in a way they never anticipated, and it's throwing them off balance. The power they once held over you has dissolved, leaving them with nothing but the realization that they are no longer the puppet master. They are the ones being played. The aura of invincibility they once projected now crumbles in the face of your newfound strength. They expected to see traces of the old you, remnants of the person they could manipulate with ease. But what stands before them is someone forged in the fires of betrayal, someone who has risen above the petty games they played. Their tactics, once so effective, now seem childish and futile. They're left in a state of disbelief, unable to grasp how the dynamics have shifted so drastically. As you walk away, unshaken and unbreakable, you leave them to wrestle with the truth they never saw coming. The tables have turned, and you are no longer the person they once knew. The power is yours now, and they are left in the dark, struggling to understand a game they can no longer control. You're under a different kind of protection now. This isn't just luck or coincidence, it's divine intervention. The universe has wrapped you in a shield of unseen power, guiding your every step and ensuring that the traps laid out for you are nothing more than minor inconveniences. You've noticed it, haven't you? That strong, undeniable nudge from within when something isn't right. That was no mere feeling. It was your divine intuition, the voice of the universe steering you away from the dangers that once lured you in. You stood on the brink of a familiar situation, one that seemed tempting, even safe. But something deep within whispered otherwise. You listened, pulled back, and in doing so, avoided a storm meant to break you. You no longer walk in darkness, driven by old wounds or the need to defend yourself. Instead, you've chosen the path of light, love, and peace, a path that baffles those who once thrived on your pain. They expected retaliation, a backlash of negativity, but what they encountered was your serene resolve, your unwavering calm. Your every move now reflects the divine guidance you've surrendered to, a guidance that elevates you above their petty games and manipulations. They can't comprehend how you've managed to rise above, how you've found a peace that remains unshaken by their attempts to drag you down. Their confusion is almost palpable. They're stuck in lower vibrations, expecting you to respond in ways that mirror their own darkness, but you've outgrown that. Your actions are now fueled by something far greater than human emotion, by the divine light that surrounds you, the love that fills your soul, and the peace that anchors you. They try to provoke, to stir the chaos that once consumed you, but find themselves lost, unable to ignite the reactions they once thrived on. In the end, they're left bewildered, trying to grasp the new reality that you've stepped into, a reality where you are untouchable, guided by forces they can't see, and protected by a power they can't understand. They're caught in their own darkness, while you walk forward, illuminated by the light of divine protection and the unwavering certainty that you are watched over, guided, and shielded from harm. This is your truth now, and no one can take it away from you. The old you might have crumbled at the sight of a familiar face from a painful past, but that version of you is gone, buried in the ashes of your rebirth. You've done the work, faced the darkness, and emerged stronger, more resilient than they ever imagined. When you walk into that social event, there's a palpable shift in the air. They see you, and for a moment they expect the same reactions, the same emotions they once manipulated with ease. But you stand firm, grounded in your growth, and their expectations crumble in the face of your calm, composed presence. You've mastered the art of holding boundaries, of knowing exactly where you end and they begin, and you're no longer willing to sacrifice your peace for their chaos. They try to gauge your reactions, searching for the old triggers, the emotional buttons they once pushed to see you unravel. But nothing. Your energy is different now, clean, pure, untouchable. They can't read you anymore. You've become a mystery, a force they can't predict or control. This evolution has made you unpredictable, unmanageable, and it terrifies them. The power dynamics have shifted so drastically that they're left grasping at straws, bewildered by the person standing before them. The chosen one they once knew has transcended their influence, stepping into a light so bright that it blinds those stuck in the shadows. And this is what they can't stand. Their frustration grows as they realize they no longer hold any sway over you. The same tactics that once worked effortlessly now fall flat, as if they're trying to strike at a ghost. You've evolved beyond their reach, and they're left in the dark, unable to comprehend the depth of your transformation. Your unpredictability is your armor, your evolution a shield that protects you from their attempts to drag you back into the past. They can't read you, can't manipulate you, because you've risen to a level where their games no longer matter. So stand firm in your growth, in your healing. Let them wonder, let them fear what they can't understand. You've become the embodiment of evolution, a force of nature that refuses to be tamed or controlled. And as they struggle to find the old you in this new powerful version, all they'll find is their own irrelevance. You've touched the beauty of true healing, that rare, transformative kind that shifts your entire world, leaving behind the remnants of who you once were. They didn't see it coming. The ex-partner or friend who once had a hold on your heart, who knew exactly which strings to pull to draw you back into their web. They reach out, expecting the same familiar response, confident that you'd fall into old patterns, desperate to rekindle what's long been broken. But this time, your response is different. It's not just a polite decline. It's a declaration of your growth, your peace, your unwavering self-respect. You've learned to surrender, to trust in the divine guidance that now leads your every step, and you're no longer willing to trade that for the fleeting comfort of old, toxic dynamics. Their expectation of you was based on a version of yourself that no longer exists. They thought they could draw you back into their orbit, but instead, they're met with a calm, resolute strength that leaves them reeling. The beauty of your healing is in your ability to choose peace over chaos, to value your own well-being above the familiar pull of what once was. You've walked through the fire, and now you're moving forward with the grace and power of someone who knows their worth, someone who is guided by forces far greater than human emotions. This is where the real power lies, in your ability to continue growing, to keep healing, to walk boldly in your purpose, no matter who tries to pull you back. Your transformation is not just a personal victory. It's a testament to your strength, to the divine favor that surrounds you. You've been chosen for something greater, something that requires you to let go of the past and step fully into the light that's been waiting for you. And you've done just that. With every step forward, a testament to the power that now flows through you. So, keep moving forward, unafraid, unshaken. Your growth is a beacon, a signal to the universe that you're ready for what's next. Those who can't keep up will fall away, left to grapple with the new reality you've created. A reality where you are in full control, walking in divine favor, and unapologetically embracing the power that's always been within you. They'll watch from the sidelines, unable to touch the light that now guides your every move as you continue to rise, unstoppable and unbreakable. They can't figure you out anymore because the math ain't mathing. The ones who once held power over you are now grappling with the new reality, one where you are no longer the easily read, easily controlled individual they once knew. They're scrambling, desperately trying to piece together the puzzle that is you. But no matter how they twist and turn the pieces, nothing aligns. You've changed the equation, and they're left staring at an enigma they can't unravel. The very energy that once made you vulnerable has now become your greatest strength. You've risen above their reach, walking in a light so brilliant that it blinds those who dare to approach with hidden agendas or malicious intent. They thought they had you all figured out, thought they could predict your every move. But now, they're lost in the labyrinth of your growth, unable to find their way back to the control they once held. Your glow isn't just a reflection of your inner light. It's a beacon of divine protection, a signal to the universe that you've stepped into your true power. The forces that guide you now are far beyond their comprehension, shielding you from harm and elevating you above the petty games they once played. Each time they try to pull you back, they find themselves ensnared in their own traps, while you continue to ascend, untouched and unstoppable. The divine forces that watch over you have woven a protective barrier around your spirit, and those who once sought to manipulate or harm you now find themselves powerless, their tactics ineffective against the strength you've cultivated. You stand firm, grounded in your truth, unshaken by their attempts to dim your shine. Every step you take is a declaration of your strength, every breath a reminder that you are no longer the person they once knew. They see you, but they no longer recognize you. The same energy that once made you easy prey now serves as a fortress, impenetrable and formidable. They sense this shift, but can't quite grasp it. Their confusion is palpable, their frustration evident. They're trying to make sense of how the dynamics have changed so drastically, how the tables have turned so completely in your favor. But what they fail to realize is that this transformation was inevitable. You were always destined to rise, to evolve beyond the limitations they tried to impose on you. So, keep walking in your light, chosen ones. Let your radiance be a testament to the work you've done, the battles you've fought, and the victories you've claimed. You've earned your place in the sun, and no one, absolutely no one, can take that from you. Their confusion, their frustration, is not your concern. You've transcended the need for their approval, for their validation. You are complete, whole, and untouchable, wrapped in the embrace of the divine forces that have always watched over you. As you move forward, remember the power that lies within you. Stand firm in your growth, in your healing, and in the knowledge that you are protected by forces far greater than anything this world can throw at you. Your strength comes from a place they will never understand, a place of deep spiritual connection, where the universe itself guides your steps and lights your path. This is not something they can touch, nor is it something they can take away. It is yours, earned through the trials you've faced and the wisdom you've gained along the way. Share your experiences. Let your light inspire others who walk the same path. You are not alone in this journey, and your strength can serve as a beacon for others who are still finding their way. Together, you are unstoppable, a force of nature that cannot be contained. The power of the collective light, when chosen ones come together, is immeasurable. It creates ripples that can change the world, dismantling the darkness that once seemed insurmountable. Continue to support each other, to lift each other up, and to walk boldly into the future that is waiting for you. This isn't just about personal triumph. It's about the collective rise of those who have been chosen, those who have been called to stand in the light and lead by example. Your glow is not just a light in the darkness. It is the dawn of a new era, one where you stand as the shining example of what it means to be truly, divinely chosen. Let them wonder. Let them try to figure you out. But know this, they will never understand the depths of your power, the source of your strength. You've stepped into a new reality, one where you are no longer bound by their expectations or their limitations. This is your time to shine, your time to embrace fully the divine protection and guidance that has always been yours. They'll watch from the sidelines, unable to touch the light that now guides your every move as you continue to rise, unstoppable and unbreakable.